and gentlemen, welcome to All Nighter with David Drew. This is Princeton's first and only late night talk show. Also, this is the first ever episode of our show, and we're so very excited to have you here with us. But if things go a little weird or wrong, calm the fuck down. Stay with us, we're testing this shit out. Before we begin, we'd like to thank our sponsors. All Nighter with David Drew is made possible by the Sleep Number Bed Sex Edition, with one side always set to 6 and the other side always set to 9. Cornell West's new book, Race Matters, even more than I thought. Pfizer's Rectal Research Department. If you don't like it, shove it up your ass. Chris Campus Center. And the program in Gender and Sexuality Studies' new film series, Is It a Penis? Thank you, and now welcome your all-nighter host, David Drew!
And historic show for you guys this evening. For the very first time on this stage, you will see me have a complete nervous breakdown. I will just collapse sobbing. We also have some awesome guests for you guys. A man who needs no introduction, just sometimes a shirt, Professor Jeff. Julia and Katie Reinprechter here. They're going to make you feel bad. They're going to make you feel bad about whatever you did this summer because they were at the Olympics. We don't know why they came because they have a huge field hockey game tomorrow morning, but we're so glad to have them here. Finally, we've got Caroline Reese. She's going to be performing a song from her album Indian Rivers. That's going to be great. Oh, man. But first, thank you guys again for coming out. It's a huge sacrifice to skip out on a Charter Friday. Like, moment of silence for them. And second, I want to explain what we're doing up here. I've dreamed for over a year, thanks to a Princeton class, about bringing a talk show to campus. I am so happy and pretty freaked out that this is the turnout. This is awesome. We really believe here that you get so trapped up in your extracurriculars and what you're doing that you don't really always get to appreciate the amazing things that Princeton students do regularly. I mean, literally, it's a requirement of the admissions department that you've done cool shit before coming here. That's verbatim from their paperwork. But we might get to know a few people through extracurriculars or a few through eating clubs, but often great stuff goes overlooked. So we want to bring that up here, and myself and our writers, our actors, that's our #1 priority. So we really believe everybody has something extraordinary to show. Also, because we get so wrapped up in everything, we often kind of lose sight of what's going on outside of the orange bubble. So we want to keep you guys up to date. And we're going to do that now, but first we're going to bring out my good friend Adam Mastriani to keep you company up.
No, that's cool. I'll just take the stool. Just take the desk. I'll take the No, it's great. I love it. It's just what I wanted. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, man. So, big news on campus the past couple weeks. The biggest news is that after 11 years, President Shirley Tillman is retiring from the presidency.
Oh.
Yeah. After heading up the Aspire campaign, she'll be taking a short sabbatical and then returning to teaching full-time. I don't think people really appreciate everything she's done. Did you know, for instance, she was instrumental in starting the Lewis Center for the Arts?
Yeah, she started the steering committee on undergraduate women's leadership.
She raised money for the new neuroscience and psychology buildings.
She built Nassau Hall brick by brick.
She's actually responsible for the integration of women into Princeton.
She saved that kid from that well.
She's Woodrow Wilson's secret child.
And of course, remember the Model T?
The T
stands for Tillman.
Now, speculation has already begun about who will replace President Tillman. In a lengthy article, the Daily Princetonian addressed rumors that General David Petraeus, the current head of the CIA, and a former Princeton grad school alum, is interested in the job. Oh yeah. Kind of weird though, afterwards the Prince reporter issued a correction via video. He slowly read a typed statement saying that the general was disavowing any interest and thanking the general for the semester spent abroad in a Romanian secret prison.
It was weird. It was all like spliced in with like people climbing on monkey bars and like
just firing AK-47s in the air.
It was very weird.
It was an odd video. I'm glad they corrected it. You know, we don't get Princeton isn't the only place having a big presidency shift. The nation is as well. Last week. Well, not a shift. Okay. Last week we saw the first debate between President Barack Obama and challenger Mitt Romney. Coincidentally, this took place on the Obama's 20th wedding anniversary. Now, sadly, or not sadly, depending on your views, the president appeared kind of tired, a little bit distracted, and it turned out to be sort of a win for the Romney camp. Later in off-the-record gaffe, Vice President Biden said that, well, look, Barack just had blue balls because he should have been home having filthy anniversary sex. He should have been up it. He should have been up it.
You only get one chance for filthy anniversary sex.
Once a year.
Yeah.
Now, last night, Vice President Biden got a chance to shine again in the vice presidential debate against Paul Ryan. Yeah, after Paul Ryan made some claims, Biden dismissed it as just a bunch of malarkey. He then hopped in his Edsel and drove down to the old soda fountain. Is that cool? You see Biden's teeth during that debate? They're intense.
Of all the things happening, you were looking at his teeth.
They're great. I want to know his guys. More like Joe Biden. Also, there's an election, I guess, just took place on campus locally. USG just had to shut down a scandalous new advertising method for the class council elections. Apparently, the administrator of the class of 2016 Facebook page tried to auction off the cover photo to whichever candidate paid the most. Yeah. Nothing happened. The USG shut it down. Candidates were swift to condemn the practice. One candidate said, you know, I'm so glad because some of these other candidates have like trust funds the size of small countries. Thankfully, we live in a world where money does not enter into politics. Instead of the Facebook page being auctioned off, it was sold to Karl Rove and renamed the Mitt Romney 2012 Super Duper Fun Freshman Facebook. Oh, man. In some lighter news, First Campus Center has gotten a little bit of backlash lately. We're so happy to be here. But they raised the sushi prices and they turned it back, it's okay. Angry students took to the Prince to express their outrage, while Aquaman high-fived himself in Lake Park. In related news, Aquaman goes to Princeton. That really slipped under the radar.
He did bridge years, so.
Yeah. This week, scientists discovered a planet twice the size of the Earth and almost entirely made of diamonds. Or, as Mitt Romney calls it, an retirement planet. There's two levels of that joke. And finally, last week, police had to search in Lake Carnegie after reports that a person had gone missing in the lake. Secretly, the person had not gone missing. Aquaman just fucked up and was not able to save them. Net score 0 for Aquaman.